I wanted to introduce Dr. Joe Holt. She's chair, as we mentioned, of the Pima County Democratic Party. And Dr. Holt is not just another politician. She has a PhD in biochemistry, and she's worked for quite a number of years doing research in the field of molecular biophysics. I can hardly say that. At the University of Arizona and also at Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis. And then when she moved to Tucson, she decided things were so unbalanced in the political arena that she wanted to get involved. So she has run for state senate up in Legislative District 11, so she knows what it's like to be on the campaign trail and how tough that can be. So she is chair of Pima County, and once a month I get to go up there and sit in on a meeting, and I always look forward to hearing what Joe has to say, because he always has an inspirational message, and so I usually leave there with my battery charged again, ready to go back and give it another go. So, Dr. Holt.
Thank you, Dean, and thank you so much for inviting me down today. I live up in Oro Valley, which is up, I actually live in the northern part of Oro Valley, which is really close to the Pima County, the Pima County line with Pinal County. So I'm only a couple of miles from Pinal County. I love coming down to Green Valley. Pima County, it turns out, is actually a pretty darn big place, you know? And all of Pima County is important. I think that historically, our county party has focused pretty heavily on the city of Tucson, but I don't live in the city of Tucson, and so I think that we're expanding out into, we understand how important the periphery is. You know, we can be deep, deep blue in the center of the city of Tucson, and we're nothing more than an island surrounded by red. And if we're strong enough, and if we have our act together, we should be able to push that island out. We should be able to grow that island. And our strength and our deep blue moves and pushes out. And I know there are people here in Green Valley, there are people in Sarita, in Vail, I think it's bad here, in Vail, and Oro Valley and Marana, and they are working so hard, and they won't give up. So, we do really well here in Pima County, all right? In 2016, we had an 80% turnout for the vote. Hillary Clinton carried Pima County by double digits. We did our job here in Pima County, but guess what? We can do better. You all know that there are pockets all over the county where people don't vote, where people are truly, truly disenfranchised. And so how do we address that? How do we get into these areas where we have failed year after year, election cycle after election cycle? And we have very specific plans to do that. One of the things that we have to do, just like what Dean was talking about with regards to phoning, with regards to going to doors, you don't sit at headquarters and wait for voters to come to you. Because, honey, it ain't gonna happen, right? You've got to get out and go to the voters. We need to have a presence in those communities that historically have had very, very low voter turnout. We are opening a Southside Tucson campaign office at, I think, 12th and Drexel area this week. And Daniel, I know, is going to have a presence there. I know Rosanna will be there. By the way, two remarkable representatives that you have are totally pro public schools. And with Senator D'Alessandro, you are so blessed here. I come from a district where all we have, our three representatives are all Tea Party. So that, you know, they one of their big things is that in order to address the water issues that we have here, which are extremely serious in the state of Arizona, You know what uses up a lot of water in Arizona?
Agriculture.
Trees. Trees. They want to cut down all the trees. Now you think that they can't possibly be serious about that? Oh, let me tell you, they are totally serious about that. So that's what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. In order to do even better in Pima County, this is a midterm election. We don't expect an 80% turnout like we do in a presidential election. We expect something closer to 60, 65. This year is different. There's something about this year which is so different, right? We want to capitalize on that. Let's make it 80 this year. Let's do 80% on a midterm election for the Democratic Party in Arizona. It sounds, statistically, it sounds unrealistic. It ain't. We can do this. We can totally do this. So we build a network. We build a network here in Pima County. The stronger we get in Pima County, once again, we can start helping our neighbors in Cochise. We can start helping our neighbors in Yuma. We can start extending more into Santa Cruz and get a better turnout rate in Santa Cruz County, right, which is part of Legislative District 2. So here in Pima County, we have the network so far, out of headquarters, and I'm not counting any of the campaigns, out of headquarters, we have hit 40,000 doors this year. We have made 185,000 phone calls, and we are just warming up. And what we want you to do is we want you to join us. Let me tell you, there's nothing, this is a secret, okay? Are you filming? Okay, this is a secret. There is nothing more powerful than Democrats coming together. You cannot be stopped. And that's what we have to do. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much.